darling.
You're right.
Yeah, you look very summery today.
I feel summery today. Do you know what? It's because I put the heating up in the house and it's really hot. I've gone too far, and then the temperature's gone up outside again. So we're boiling here now. But do you know what? We're on episode 10 now.
I know. Can you believe we've done 10 episodes in only a few months, actually? And do you know what, Linda? We've got nearly 500 subscribers. And you know what that means?
Yes, prize time, doesn't it? We've got a lovely giveaway.
Yes, so we're going to pick somebody. When we've got 500 subscribers, somebody will win our special prize.
Yes, we could put in more and more, adding more and more bits to it, aren't we, as we go?
Yes, very, very exciting. So don't forget to like and subscribe to us on YouTube, and also follow us on Instagram.
Instagram at the.beautyangels. But this show being show 10, we thought we'd do a bit of a roundup and a recap on some of the treatments and some of the products and some new products that we love since we started.
Yeah, and also, but I don't know, now talking about central heating, see, and the change in the weather, that brings us a change to your skin. That was a very good segue, wasn't it?
Fantastic, Debbie. You know, you should go being a presenter.
And so I've been suffering, I don't know if it happens to you, from open pores. Where did those bloody things come from? They are completely horrible. And I thought, this is just not like me. I don't often get open pores. So I've been using so many different products, and I have found something that really does get rid of them.
All right, show me.
Now I'm going to show you. And it's Arbonne Makeup Primer. And it actually does get rid of the open pores on your face. I put my sort of toner, and then I put my moisturizer, and I put it over that, and it kind of blurs them, or perhaps it's my eyes that's blurred out the pores.
Do you wear your glasses when you're putting your makeup on?
No, because I have my contact lenses in, but I have the biggest mirror, magnifying mirror that you've ever seen in your life, which sometimes is quite frightening because the pores look that big.
I know, you think, oh, I look nice today. And then you go in the bathroom on a really bright mirror and you go, oh, perhaps I don't. You know, I do feel that I'm having to use more and more concealer as I get older, or as the tan fades.
This is Banana Lowlighter by Rodial. And this you just put here and here under your eyes. And you can see, can't you, that's kind of lifted this bit up.
Yeah.
It's really, really nice product.
If you, like me, don't look good without a bit of colour in your face, there's lots of sort of fake tans you can use, and this one's a really good one. This is Tan Luxe Super Glow, and it's a serum, like it's a facial serum, but it has a very slow tanning agent in it, so you get a little bit of colour at night, and in the morning you don't wake up looking like death.
Well, the thing is, I've tried those before. Actually, I can't try them at the moment because I'm using a BBL, and you can't use any tanning products in the BBL. But, and I don't know if you found this before or any of our viewers have, when I use something like that, not that particular product, I'm not saying it's that, but if I use a tanning product on my face, my blackheads get blacker.
I knew you were going to say that. You don't get it with this. You don't get it. It's a clear liquid anyway. And another one I use is this one, Bronze Desire. And I use the medium, and I spray my face just really far away and just let it land. And that I don't get the blackheads either with that. All the ones that are sort of a cream that you rub in with a mitt, yes, I do get blackheads with that one. And there's a natural bronze lotion as well from Cocoa Butter that's very inexpensive, and that slowly tans you when you're using it on your body. And also Barley Body.
You've used this, haven't you, Linda? This product, I'm sure we've spoken about this before, and if we haven't, I don't know why. It's just absolutely fantastic, and it's the Chanel bronzer.
Oh yeah, but that's cost an arm and a leg, I bet.
Yeah, but the thing is, as my mother used to say, cheap is dear sometimes. You know,
true.
You can have some of these products, I know they're expensive, but they do last forever, ever and ever.
But Christmas is coming, so put it on your Christmas list. I went to Bicester Village, and I went to the Charlotte Tilbury. And Lucy, if you're watching, you have to close your eyes because I've got her one for Christmas. It's this palette, right? Oh, right. And it's got for your contour for your face, powder for your face, blusher for your face, highlighter for your face, and then it's got 3 eye colours. So if you're going out overnight, that's all you need, really. and your
It is.
foundation, and you're done. That's Charlotte Tilbury, and it wasn't that expensive. I mean, it's more expensive than your average prices, but honestly, like you say, you buy right, you don't buy twice. That's
Exactly,
a new one.
that's very good. But now what I found as well, now taking off your makeup, that to me that is it just goes on forever. And then I found these. Oh my God, my life has changed forever. It's called Erase Your Face.
Well, that's what I'd like to do with you. I can just press a button and I've erased your face.
Can you listen? Can you just get her off the show, please? I want to do this show by myself. I don't want to be on the show with Angelou Sardi
I'm
anymore.
sorry, I'm being flippant.
She's
Tell me what
so
it is.
nasty. It just means she loves me, actually. I kind of like it when she's not. When she's nice to me, I have to really worry about it. But anyway, Erase Your Face are 4 cloths that you get in here. Now, I got mine at Costco for £6. I have seen them in other places for £12. And it's just 4 cloths. They're like flannels. And you just wet them. First of all, you have to put them in the washing machine with nothing in it, just to wash them out. And then you just use them and they take all your eye makeup, everything, just with water.
I don't believe you.
What? It's 4 reusable makeup removing cloths, water activated, suitable for sensitive skin, and can be washed up to 500 times. See?
But what's on them that doesn't come out of the washing machine? What gets your mascara off then?
It just
Water
does.
won't do that.
It just does. And I don't understand how, but it just does.
My cheapest way of getting rid of my makeup is Nivea facial wash. But if I'm being posh and I'm at home, I use the IS Clinical Wash. And then I use lots of serums and lots of other creams as well.
But you see, on my travels, all I need to take is one of those flannels with me, which is really good.
It's true. I can't wait to try them and see if they work.
I'll get them to you for Christmas, $6.99. That's what I spend on your Christmas present.
Don't overdo it, will you? Well, I'm going to move on now because
You've
left
me. You're moving on from.
No, I'm not moving on. I'm not moving on from you. You'll always be in my heart, my love. There you go. We are now going to go to speak to Dr. Tracy about the new thing. She can't even do that. Look, she's useless. How long have you been like you? Have to do it like that. Make a heart. No, what's that? That's more like a pumpkin. Anyway, here's Dr. Tracy with the latest. Hello, Tracy.
Hello, darling.
Hi, Linda. Hi, Deb. I'm good, thanks.
The BBL Forever Young, which I have just had, which you asked me to have, which is absolutely wonderful, wonderful treatment. Can you tell me more about that and how often one has to have it? Because I'm a real fan, because it's very different to Ultherapy, isn't it?
Really different. You're absolutely right. I mean, to be honest, most of us need bits of different things to give the look. Whereas Ultherapy predominantly is for lift, BBL is something very different, and it appeals to all age categories, actually. In fact, it's quite popular in the sort of 30, 40-year age category as well. So what BBL stands for is broadband light. And all that means is this machine shines light onto the skin in a broad form. We're all familiar with things like IPL, intense pulse light, and all these other lasers. But this broadband light is very clever, because what it does is it actually, and this is done from clinical studies, what they showed was that when people were treated with BBL and they followed them up, I think it was something like 9, 10 years later, and it was independent assessments and independent panels, a proper clinical trial. What they found was that people looked younger than they'd often looked at the beginning, and that was years later, if they'd been having regular BBL, that is. What it does, Debbie, is it gives more, what we want, all of us want, lustrous, vibrant, dewy, healthy looking skin. It can treat a bit of redness, it can treat capillaries, it can treat all of that stuff, but it gives that lovely luminosity to the skin, which, as you know, as we age, we tend to get a bit lackluster, the skin looks a bit sallow, the colour, that's why people often have to change their hair colour as they get older, because their skin colour alters over time. And frankly, you can have it done every month or so to give that really nice, you sort of load the skin up for a few treatments and then maintain it over time.
And is it just for the face, or can you have it done everywhere?
You can have it done everywhere. It's obviously the most popular is for the face and décolletage. And we shouldn't overlook the décolletage. Normally we treat the whole face and neck, but we could treat the décolletage as well. arms, hands, whatever we want. I mean, with most of these techs now, they're designed to treat everywhere.
You need like a sunbed that you close with BBL all over your
BBL bed. I know, everything's got to catch up. But I mean, I'd be interested, Debbie, how did you find it? How did it feel, the BBL? And was it what you'd expected? Because you've been very open about the treatments you've had, what your journey is. How did you find it in relation to other things?
It was well, the thing is, it wasn't really any different, really, to how IPL feels.
Yes, feels similar.
It's a very similar thing where it just sort of zaps your face. So it was quite normal for me to go through, but it was just, it's how it's been over the last sort of, I don't know, 6 weeks or so. It's been really lovely. I mean, my skin is beautiful. It's quite quick as well. That's the other thing I liked about it.
That's the beauty. I mean, some of these treatments we talk about can be very lengthy, and people are fine to invest time if it's a long result. And like Cool Sculpting, as you know, it's a permanent result. So once you put the hours in of the treatment, job done. But I think with BBL, because it's a maintenance treatment, yes, it is quite speedy. And I would encourage you to have another couple, because you'll find that you just piggyback a better and better and better result, and you'll see that real luminosity coming through.
Moving on, Debbie and I, we both had fillers at your clinic, and I've had my eyebrows. I'm not sure quite where you've had fillers, Debbie. Where have you had fillers?
No, I had my favourite of all time, as Tracy knows, is this one. Is the
temples.
Is the temples. Because you loved it as well, didn't you, Linda?
Yeah, I did. But for those people out there that don't want to go down the route of fillers, is there anything else that they can do?
Yes, I mean, I think fillers frighten people, as you know. We're not here to sort of bang the drum, she said, for people who don't want fillers. But often people don't want fillers. The one thing I say is for the wrong reason. They often don't want them. They're blockers for the wrong reasons. They're just ill-informed. They've seen all this bad stuff, and I don't blame them. I wouldn't want to do it either by seeing all that stuff. So I think our job is to educate and actually, because there are some things that only fillers can do.
Yeah.
Because as we age, we don't just lose volume, as you know, it redistributes. So volume that was sort of here and beautifully across here to give that lovely, lovely, even, smooth face, it becomes sort of like a mogul field, or it all ends up here or here. It's actually inflated and lift. You get that beautiful contour coming back. So the first way I'd answer that is, to be honest, some things, once we get over all those blockers and that misinformation, some things only fillers do best, as long as they're done well. And I think where those treatments look bad is when there's a disconnect between one part of the face or another. If you have lips that look younger than your forehead, or your forehead looks younger than the rest of your face, that's a real disconnect. Screams work. And I think if everything's just kept very subtle, just enough, but not too much. And you can always take baby steps to get your end goal. It doesn't need to be a bish bosh bash. And I think then people get more confident. They get they say, oh yeah, actually this is easy, this was simple. But that's what we need to do, is educate people. And it's amazing how many people come into clinics saying, I will never touch fillers. And I'll say, will you just trust me? Just trust it. Just trust us for one treatment. And I'll see, and they're like, oh my goodness, this is amazing.
So I've had a letter from a lady who's got sort of really pocky face from having acne. Will fillers fill those acne scars?
Yeah. Ice pick scars from acne. So those scars that are just a hole, looks like an open pore. They are a nightmare to get rid of. They, needling, Morpheus 8, Intracell, all these sort of needling with radio frequency helps, but ice pick scars are so hard to treat, and I'll be perfectly frank, with all the treatments that are offered, can cost a fortune because it requires repetitive treatment and the results are quite minimal. So
you can't sort of pull it up and fill it with filler.
Right. Some scars, yes. Ice pick scars are literally a hole, just literally an open pore. The filler just comes out. But, you inject it in and it comes out again. But if you've got like chickenpox scars or old scarring from spots that isn't an ice pick scar, ones that are more shallow, indents, yes.
Oh, wow.
You can use, yes, you can use the combination of often injectable fillers like Redensity 1, which is like a skin hydrator, and you just inject it all over the surface. It doesn't volumize, but it really smooths out the scars. And then you can always add into that mix, if you need to, a bit of needling to improve the surface of the skin, or a bit of lasering to improve the surface of the skin. As long as someone's more patient, because normally acne scarring requires a number of treatment sessions to get a really great result. But you can get really good results on the more shallow scars, really nice results. We do a lot of that.
Can you tell us about the new treatments?
Yeah, there's always quite exciting stuff coming through, but the problem is it any good or not? And that's the issue here, isn't it? There's lots of new technologies, and as I mentioned something called Thermage FLX, and Thermage FLX is actually another it's a radio frequency skin tightener, but Thermage has been in the market for donkey's years. It's what I first used 15 years ago. But actually this FLX is a newer design, a newer super duper souped up version. And actually that's really good as well, because with all therapy, etc., you can't get into this inside this bony orbit, inside this eye area. And we have, you know, the fine skin or crepey skin. So for the Thermage, we often use combinations. So when you ask, well, what's new, what can be done? You can use Thermage FLX just to do this immediate eye area, to get just a millimetre or two. We've only got to do this for a millimetre or two, and our eyes look less lined and brighter and less hooded.
What is it? Is it an injection or?
No, it's a tech. It's a technology. Right. It's a bit like all therapy, but it's sort of, and it's weird. It's actually really comfortable, because a lot of people say, oh, my eyes, oh no, oof, I don't want anything. It's so easy. I'm the biggest wuss, and Thermage eyes, actually, I'm going to have this one done because I've had Thermage eyes in the past. And what it does for me is gives me that little tiny bit of you know, those fine lines disappear underneath my eye. So Thermage FLX is a really good one. It might be worth you guys trying, because it's so easy, it's crazy. Things like Face Tight that we've mentioned, and Body Tight, even you can have it done on your legs and arms. Yeah, that is more invasive. It's not new, it's been around a while, like a lot of these things have, but they just sort of evolve, you know, and become more well established in the market. You can see the results that are coming through, the improvement in the results. So again, it's a bit more invasive, requires a sort of probe underneath the surface of the skin to get the tightening and the fat loss. You can sort of refine the fat layer and tighten. Again, more downtime, but where people have got heavier jowling, or something where they're almost surgical, they're sort of teetering on the surgical need, something like Face Tight's really good. I'm particularly interested in the results as well for Body Tight, because, you know, my skin quality as I've got older, and a lot of women's skin quality is not what it was, even if they've got good figures. And actually you can get that skin looking smoother, firmer, reduce a bit of fat in the places. It's not for me. I'd still use Cool Sculpting for fat reduction, but I would use something like Body Tight, or even all therapy on the body, to tighten the skin and make the knees and thighs look more firm.
Tracy, you've been the most brilliant guest. And we will see you soon, because we love it. Come on, and we love everything that you say.
Oh, I love it.
It's
thank
fantastic.
You so much.
Just incredible, and we love you. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Lovely to chat to you, ladies. Speak to you very soon. And come in and have another BBL, Debs.
Oh, can I have one, please? Can I?
Yes.
Everything.
Head to toe, as I said, it should be full body day.
Everything she wants, everything. Every friend I've got, she wants as well. It's just ridiculous.
I'd elbow her out to the beginning of the queue. Like that. Lovely to speak, girls.
And you. Bye for now.
You. Bye.
She's amazing.
She knows everything.
And she talks in layman's language, so you can understand what she's on about. Like some doctors using all these terms and terminologies and things, you think, oh, I'm lost, I don't know what you mean. But with Tracy, you know exactly what she means, and she explains how the process of each of these treatments work. And I mean, I just think she's amazing.
Yeah, it is about layman's terms, isn't it? Because sometimes things are too complicated, and especially with there's so much stuff around today. It's a bit of a minefield. It really is. But we've had some questions actually, darling, and one of them was about vitamin C cream, which it just so happens I happen to have right here. Now, the one that I have been using is expensive. Again, I'm sorry I'm having an expensive day, but this is Zoe Skin Health, and it's 10% vitamin C, self-activating, and it is absolutely fantastic. In fact, the whole range of Zoe is really good. It's a cosmeceutical, which Tracy has often spoken about, which is a cosmetic cream and a pharmaceutical product, but it is.
Oh, is that what that means? I've often wondered what that meant, cosmeceutical.
Where did we get her from to do this show? Who booked her?
Well, I'd heard the word, but I wasn't quite sure what it meant.
Yeah, so it's cosmetic and pharmaceutical together. On the other hand, if you can only afford a cheaper vitamin C cream, it's worth using it anyway. And actually, number 7 is a very good cream, but I do like the Zoe one. Right.
Well, we've got another question from a lady who says she's got very crepey around her eyes, although she said creepy, but I'm sure she means crepey. But I've gone a bit expensive this time. It's IS Clinical, and it's eye complex, and it's a very soft cream you put around your eyes under the area here. And honestly, the difference it's made in the lines around my eyes is unbelievable. It's fantastic. I know it costs quite a lot, but any cream that you use around your eyes, as long as it's very fine and very thin, it's not going to do you any damage, because if you put rubbish creams under here that are too thick, they're actually going to cause more problems with your baggy eyes and your wrinkles than if you used nothing.
God, that sounds attractive, doesn't it? With your baggy eyes and wrinkles. Our viewers don't have baggy eyes and wrinkles.
Well, that's, you know how I always use my basic terminology and not your posh terminology.
But the thing is, I've never used eye cream. I don't use eye cream for those reasons. So I always found years ago when I started to use them that my eyes always looked puffy when I used them, so I don't use it.
No, I tend to use serums, or I use nothing at all, and I literally, going back to my Manuka Doctor, which I keep banging on about, I use that all over my face, and I rub that under my eyes as well, because it's so, you know, it's an antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and it's natural because it's Manuka honey. They quite often have an offer on this, and I buy 3 or 4 when they've got the offer, because I think it's around £28 normally. Might be a little bit more, but sometimes it's down to £10. Yeah, so when it's down to £10, I buy 5 of them, and they last me quite a long time. We have got a rather sad message from this lady who's 59 and says she can't bear to look in the mirror. That's so sad. Well, I think you should take a good look in the mirror, because I'm sure that if you focus on the things that are good about yourself and you look at your hair and your eyes, look at what you think you can do to improve it. Like, do you need a new hair color, a new haircut? Do you need a new makeup regime? We've done things about facial exercises to help tighten the face. We've done lots, haven't we, Deb?
Yeah, I think the thing is that it's all, you know, I know how you feel. We know how you feel because we've all been there. Is once you start focusing on the fact you don't look good, then you will keep focusing on that. You'll go, oh my God, I feel awful. This doesn't work. That doesn't work. I look awful in the mirror. And it's self-perpetuating, isn't it? It gets worse and worse. What you have to do is you have to see yourself as you want to be. And that's not saying that you want to look 20 years younger. It's saying, I want to look the best I can be for my age. And tiny little things make a difference. For example, sometimes I wake up in the morning, I look, oh my goodness me. And one of the things that is so aging when you look in the mirror is when your eyebrows have gone grey. So I do my own eyebrow dyeing. Right, I have a little kit for eyebrows, and I tell you, when your eyebrows are darker, that might sound really silly, but suddenly your face gets more definition instantly. So
yeah,
I have my little eyebrow.
It frames the eyes, doesn't it? Frames the eyes, makes the eyes look bigger.
Eye your eyebrow kit, put that on. 10 minutes it's on while I'm in the shower, come off on my eyebrows. So that's one part. Also, around your hairline here, if it's gone really quite grey, again, it makes you disappear. So the first quick fix that you can use is the spray, you know, the hairsprays that you put on the color roots. So all of those things make a difference. And these are the quick, easy fixes. And the other one is the state of your skin. You know, as Linda was saying about using the color, you know, the fake tan color in a moisturizer, something like that, a quick spray of that. You'll be surprised how these things work. And then the minute you start thinking, actually, I look better, then you feel better. but you've got to start, you've always had that face. You're the same person inside and out. It's not going to make any difference to anybody else. It's only you that feels like that. So now you've got to become your own best friend. And people say that all the time, but it's true. You've got to look at yourself and say, actually, I'm okay. And look around you, look at all the women around you, but go and get your hair done. You owe it to yourself. You really do.
And I think like you say, Debbie, you've just got to make the best of what you've got. Unless you're all going to go spend thousands and go under the knife and change everything completely, then you just make the best of you, really. And Someone else that does that is our lovely Dee Anderson, and she's here with us now in Planet D,
making the most of what she's got.
Follow me, I'll take you to where you wanna be.
Hi, and welcome back to Planet D. I'm very excited actually, because today I'm going to tell you some really good remedies for puffy eyes. It's coming up to party season, so we all need this when we wake up feeling a bit groggy, feeling that our eyes are like tiny little in the snow. So I'm going to tell you about some really good things that already are in your fridge or your larder. Larder's a bit of an old-fashioned word, isn't it? Well, these are old-fashioned remedies, and the recommendation originally came from a very old-fashioned girl called Elizabeth Taylor, who's one of the big Hollywood icons of our time, whose everyday routine was... No, it's not what you think. What it is it's a cucumber, and she used to cut it up into slices, and every morning, after putting it in the fridge, she would actually put them on her eyes, just one each eye, lie there for half an hour, and hey presto, at the end of that time, her eyes would be back to normal. So, you can do that with tea bags, cold tea bags, or even sliced cold potatoes, uncooked. Isn't it great having these old-fashioned remedies? Straight from Planet D. Thank you. See you again soon. Bye.
Well, there we go. She always manages to come up with something, doesn't she, Dee? We love her. But slightly mad, slightly bonkers, but we love her.
Yes, because we are slightly mad and slightly bonkers. Actually, that does help you look a bit younger, I think, and feel younger. Because, we all feel the same inside, don't we, as we get older. That's the thing. And then you look in the mirror and you think, who is that? Is that me? Because I feel like...
But didn't you used to do that when you were young and you were talking to an older person and you're kind of thinking to yourself, well, what do you know? You're old. And you just thought, well, I won't, I'll be sensible when I'm that age. But now we're that age ourselves. I think, no, I'm still the same in size as when I was 18.
Yeah.
And it just, the framework goes, doesn't it? That's all.
That's it. That's how we have Dr. Tracy to help help with the scaffolding, darling. That's what we need. Always help with scaffolding. Anyway, we shall be back in a couple of weeks' time with some more hints and tips and fantastic people to talk to, how to make ourselves look and feel better, because we do that. Don't forget to like and subscribe to us on YouTube, because you might be the winner of our 500th competition.
Oh, yes. It's bound to happen between this show and the next, isn't it? At random, we're going to pick someone. When we hit 500, we're going to pick somebody who's going to win a bumper prize.
Yes,
we don't know quite what's in it yet. We keep adding to it, so it's going to be fantastic.
It's going to be huge.
It is. And follow us on Instagram at the.beautyangels. Don't forget to do that, because there's hints and tips every day on that, done by our lovely Lucy. And you'll enjoy reading all those and seeing pictures of us doing silly things and enjoying ourselves, trying to look beautiful.
And believe me, it's quite a hard job. Anyway, thank you for watching, and we will see you in a couple of weeks' time. Take care, eat well. Take lots of vitamin C in this weather. That's very important. Vitamin C and zinc. I sound like some sort of
lots of water for your hydration,
and lots of booze.
I thought you were going to say sex.
Well, it's there if you can find it. I'd say get it.
We'll see you next time. We love you lot. Bye.
Bye.